Hello, my virtual learners. We are getting ready to start a new reading thingy. Instead of theme, we're going to move on to main idea. And theme and main idea are two of the hardest skills that you'll probably learn in third grade. And a lot of times kids mix them up. So we're going to start kind of slow. So before we get into main idea, we're going to figure out just a topic word, because a main idea is going to be a whole sentence. So a topic word is just going to be one. Sometimes it can be like two words, but not an entire sentence. So what you're telling me when I ask for a topic is what it's all about, what a story is all about, what a picture or a movie is all about, what a conversation is all about, but just with one or two words. So like if you were eavesdropping, because I know you totally do that, like when your parents are talking and you're like, wait, what are they talking about? And you're listening, and you're over pretending like you're reading your little book and you're really just listening to what they're talking about, and you hear that they're talking about like a restaurant, and you're like, ooh, are we going to a restaurant? Oh yeah, what's going on over there? So sometimes you'll hear certain words of what they're talking about and your ears perk up and you want to know what they're talking about. That's the topic word. The topic of what they're talking about is restaurant. I don't know if they're going to a restaurant or if they're talking about another time they went to a restaurant, if they're going to buy and own a restaurant, I don't know. But it's restaurant is what they're talking about. So I'm going to read you two different passages, and then we're also going to practice at looking at a picture, and you can tell me, as I'm reading, I want you, well, you can't tell me because it's a video, but I want you to think about one word that would describe that whole thing of what I show you or tell you. So I'm going to read this one, and I'm not telling you the title, I'm just going to read it, and you come up with one word that describes what it's all about. The farm has a barn. Who is in the barn? There's a pig in the barn. The pig likes to eat. The pig likes to play in the mud. There's a horse in the barn. You can ride the horse. There's a cat in the barn. You can play with the cat. There is a sheep in the barn. You can pet the sheep. It is soft. It is fun in the barn. So what do you think? If you had to pick just one or two words, that if I say, what was that all about? What is the topic that you would say this was about? So if you said maybe like pig, it's about pigs. I would disagree with that, because even though there were some sentences about pigs, there's a pig in the barn, the pig likes to eat, the pig plays in the mud. That was it out of the whole story, the whole passage. And I picked a short passage just so it was easy to get through quickly. Out of that whole passage, only 3 of them were about pigs. So no, this isn't about pigs. What's a better one? You might have seen the title there. You could say that this is about the barn, because all of this was about things they were seeing in the barn. So barn would work, or a barn. Yeah. But what if you said farm? Because this seems like it's a barn on a farm, since it's full of these different kind of animals. Would farm work? This is all about a farm? Yeah, that would work. So farm, barn, or you could even say it's about animals. That would work too, because it talked about pigs, horses, sheep, cat, and those are all animals. So those would work, but plain old pig would not, because the whole thing was not about a pig. So you see how we just picked a word, and there's more than one answer a lot of the times. Sometimes there's not, but usually there's more than one answer as long as it makes sense and you can prove it. All right, so here's another passage that's fairly short that I'm going to read to you. And as I read it, think about what one or two words you would use to describe. And I keep saying two because, like, let's say that we wanted to say it was about firefighters. Instead of just saying fire, you might want to say it's about a firefighter. That's 2 words, but it goes together as part of it. Or school lessons, I don't know, something like that. You might need to put 2 words with it. It just shouldn't be a whole sentence, because then we're looking at main idea. So this one's called, I'm not gonna tell you, I'm just gonna start reading. It was a summer day. Ben and his family went to the beach. They put down blankets. The sand was hot. Ben made a big sand castle. His baby sister smiled. She liked the castle. Next, Ben got in the water. He was so wet. His dad took a picture. When they got back to the sand, the castle was gone. Where could it be? The water had washed it away. Ben looked sad. He had worked so hard. Then his dad helped him. They made a new castle. So what do you think would be a 1 or 2 word topic for this story? Do you think the word summer would work? Is this all about the summer? Sure. They did say it was a summer day, and then these are all things that happen on a summer day. So summer could work. I think there's a better fit for it. What were you thinking? Did you say like sandcastles or a sandcastle? Because the whole thing was about him making a sandcastle, how the sandcastle got ruined, and his dad helped him make a new sandcastle. So sandcastle would work because this whole thing was about that. What about, would you say swimming? No. Even though it says Ben got wet, so obviously he went swimming, he got in the water. The whole thing isn't about swimming. That was only like one little part. It said right here that Ben got in the water and he was wet, but the rest of it was all about sandcastles. So sandcastles were, I even had wrote on a Post-it that family would work too, because this whole thing was about, he was at the beach with his family. His sister was smiling, his dad helped him rebuild, so family would work, but I think sandcastle is the best fit. And that's why I didn't want to show you the title. A lot of times titles are topics. They're topics, the topic word. If I'm gonna read a story that's all about firefighters, it might simply be called Firefighters. Sometimes there might be more to it, but a lot of times the title could be the topic or the main idea. So I just did 2 stories. Now I want to show you 2 pictures, and I want you to think of what would you tell me is a 1 or 2 topic word topic for what I'm showing you. So let me pull this up on my computer, and here we go. What would you say for this? You could say cookies. You could say baking. Either of those would work, because from what I can tell, somebody is baking cookies. Could you put those together and say baking cookies? Sure, because it's a 2-word topic. You're baking, they're cookies, you're baking cookies. That's fine, that works. Let me show you one more and see if you can figure out what, and it's a little picture, so I'm gonna try to get close. See what you would say the topic is of this one. Let's see if I can change it so you can see it better. There we go. Sorry, it's kind of blurry, but what would you say for this one? Okay, so if you said dogs, okay, there were dogs in there, so dogs would work. This video was about dogs. If you said running, that works. If you said hiking, that would work because it looked like they had little hiking bags on and they were going through the forest. If you said it's about 2 dogs hiking through a forest, that is not a topic word anymore, because that is an entire sentence, and that might be more like the main idea that we're going to do tomorrow. So when we are doing topic word, it should be 1 or 2 words that describe the passage or the thing that you're watching. So today you're going to click on the link that either says dragons or unicorns based on which group you're in. If you don't remember which one you're in, check your inbox, because I messaged you on PowerSchool what all of you guys are, or ask your parents because I emailed them too. And you're going to click on that and you're going to take that quiz. You don't need to take both, only the one that's the group of you that you're in. And there's a couple little passages to read, just like I just did, and you're going to comment with the topic word, and then there's a couple little videos just like we did. So exactly what we just did, just different ones. You're going to do that on a Google form and send it in to me, and that is your grade for the day. That is what is due. All right, good luck with your topic words. See ya.